Hello everyone, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, where my addiction is all over the internet. On this channel I do library book hauls, book reviews, both digital and physical, audiobooks, and so much more. So this is a very, very, very late video. And what I mean by that is that I go and do reviews of books, like I do halfway reviews or I do section reviews or whatever. And I have done so many of them that I literally am like, okay, I'm doing these videos like 2 or 3 times a day, because it was, I think it was like the first Sunday of the month of this month that I did 3 videos. It was two, I think it was 2 regular videos and 1 short. So I decided, 2, 3 videos, 4 times, 4 times a week is okay. um, because I'm just really in this gigantic reading frenzy. I cannot put a book down. I have to constantly be reading a book, because first of all, I got all this time and I fill it with reading a book. Also, so I am currently on chapter 50 of this book, and it's at, I believe, 50, 52 or 54%. It's, it's actually at, oh, it's actually at 56%. So let me just, lower that. I'm actually at 56%, which is probably definitely true, because this is how much I have read and this is how much I have left. So so we're going to get back into The Stand. So earlier today I uploaded my impression of book 1 of The Stand, and now I'm at 56% of this book finished, and I still cannot believe that I'm at 56%. I am going to actually read chapter 50, and then I'm going to put it up. So, yeah. So before I begin, at the time this video is being done, I have no clue when the video is going to be uploaded. But I do know that it'll be uploaded at some point. So by the time you get this video, I will already have the book back in the library and everything. And I told you guys in that video that if I ever did break my book buying ban, it would have to be Stephen King, and it would only be 1 book a month, and it has to be a book I've already read. That way I'm not adding to my TBR. But I'm just saying, if I did break my book buying ban, it would be just for Stephen King, because he definitely earns the right to be, for me to break a book buying ban. But other than that, no other author but Stephen King I would willing to break my book buying ban over. So yeah, that's just my own personal belief, and it would just be 1 book a month, and it has to, as I said, it has to be a Stephen King book I have already read. So yeah, so people's like, what's the difference? Well, I'm not contributing anything to the TBR. I am not. But after The Stand, I have The Long Walk and Dead Zone, were her 2 books that I do already own. I got them months and months ago, so yeah. Alright, so let's get back to The Stand. So we have people that are walking. We have like a group of people that are walking. We have a couple that are walking. We've got convicts that are walking. Everyone walks. Actually, most of this video, most of this book deals with just walking. It's like The Hobbit, where you walk. I know it's a bad thing to say, but it's like The Hobbit. There's way too much walking in this book. They walk. So they just walk, and they talk. They walk more, they talk some more, and they do stuff, and they walk again, and they do more stuff, and they walk again, and they eat, and they walk again. it's like The Hobbit. It's just for the amount of walking they do in this book, which is like, damn. Then they bring extra shoes so they can walk some more. It's hilarious. But the but the characters, despite the insane amount of walking that they do, they have real conversations, and they make like choices and decisions that are going to affect them later on in the book. At least I think so. We also encounter Sister, I can't pronounce her name, and she has. I'm going to take a very big guess. Besides the identity of the protagonist of The Stand, which a piece of it does appear in The Dark Tower. I actually wanted to find out if my guess on if the Man in Black and this villain in The Stand are the same person. I will tell you at the end of the book if I was right. So one of the things that is mentioned, especially in The Shining, is something called The Shining. Sorry, I have to open my soda here because I'm thirsty. Oh my God, me and my brother did it at the same time. Weird. Because it seems like that as Stephen King progressed in his writing, he created this universe, and is actually true. He did create this universe. And all of his books, all of his novels are interconnected. So we have something called The Shining. It's a ability that certain characters have, like Carrie had it. I think one of the characters in Salem's Lot had it, or I might be wrong about that. It's been quite some time since I've read Salem's Lot. But in The Shining, it was the child, and I believe the father, they were saying the father had the ability to some certain extent. In this one, we see it again. In the with this woman called sister or mother something, but she has it, and she, and also people encounter her in their dreams, especially if they're the ones that are going to be joining her against this fight against this dark man, this shadow man. That is what he has. He has many different kinds of nicknames in this book. He is absolutely evil. I will say this. If you can get to 56% of this book read without throwing it against the wall, you are, number one, truly captivated by the book. And two, you know in your heart that you're reading something that's special and different and nothing like what is published today. I'm very glad that Stephen King still has standards, even in his old age. So besides the funny aspect of it, which is a lot of the walking, we still have more and more dead bodies that are popping up. And of course, everybody's used to seeing them. Not a big deal. There's a bunch of dead bodies. But now they're at a installation, which is weird because earlier in the book, you had this guy walking like past people that are fucking dead. They're dead. And literally, like, you had this guy and this woman that looked like they had been making out, or like, and then like he shot her and then he shot himself, which is, oh my God. And then it's like the smell of, like, I mean, I mean, Stephen King describes the scenes so well, and the scenes in this book are described so very well. I absolutely loved the descriptions in this one. You can envision it in your mind as you're reading this book. But as everyone knows, I am reading it on my Kindle because I'm at the age where I cannot hold up like a thick book like this. But I am having a lot of fun reading this book. I really would like to own this book. I really would like to own a physical copy of this book because this book is just so good and definitely something that I would read again. But at some point in the future, I will go back to the library and check this book out and read it again and everything. But yeah, I am 56% done with the book. Once again, look how much I have left to read. So, as I said, I will be reading chapter 50, and then, even though I don't want to, I will probably go ahead and put the book away for the night and put my Kindle on the charger so it can charge up again. Alright, so that is my video so far, and my halfway video. I will see you guys next time, and until then, keep reading. Bye.